Good evening, friends. Hello, hello. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. Oh, you have no idea how happy that makes me. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Brutus Monroe family. So excited. How did you find us? I love when we have newbies. That makes my night. I'm just going to hang out for another minute or two before we get started. I'm really excited about tonight. I've got lots of fun stuff planned. How's everybody doing? Hey, Darren, what's happening? Oh, awesome, Deborah. So it's all in the family. Love it. Darren, we have a newbie tonight. Say hi to Deborah. I'm very excited. You know I love new people. Hey, Donna. What's going on? I'm going to shake my chroma mists while we're waiting for a couple of more friends to come on. I love that, Deborah. Awesome. Got my chroma mist ready. Got my underwater friends. So July is probably my favorite month of Brutus Monroe because I love mermaids. I love them. Did I mention I love mermaids? So I could not wait to play with this set. So we're gonna play with underwater friends tonight. I've got this idea in my head for like a 3D underwater scene. We're gonna use some masking paper. I'm gonna show you guys this cool technique. I also pulled out last year's mermaid set, which is Mermaid Kisses. And I'm going to tell you guys this. If you're going to grab underwater friends, you may as well grab Mermaid Kisses too, because they're all done by the same illustrator, so they coordinate. And there's awesome elements in Mermaid Kisses that are not in underwater friends. Like there's these little coral pieces. There's different fishes and the turtles, and you got the bubbles, so they kind of coordinate perfectly. So we're mostly going to be using this tonight, but I grabbed this because there was a couple of elements that I wanted to use from this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, I wanted to create this 3D kind of underwater scene, and I'm going to use masking paper. Now, I remember specifically the first time I learned this technique was Crafty Staycation 2021, Shannon's class. She used masking paper, and that was the first time I did that, and it was the coolest thing ever. Hi, Dee. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out. It's mermaid time. You know I love me some mermaids. So let's talk about masking paper for a second, because this is awesome. So masking paper is white paper, and then on the back, this peels off, and it's a low tack adhesive. So what I did is I stamped all my images. I cut some of these ahead of time. I'm going to cut this so I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. Also going to ask you all to forgive my deep raspy voice because I have been fighting allergies all week. So the masking paper, I went ahead and I stamped my image right onto the masking paper, and now I'm going to cut this out and I'll show you how we're going to use it. So what I generally do when I cut my images out of the masking paper, and this is in stock, I checked before. I did not want to show you guys anything if it wasn't available. So this is in stock. So I just used Raven ink. I stamped my image onto here. And now I'm going to cut this out because we're going to use this to mask an image that I'm going to stamp on the background. So what I generally do is I'll go in just slightly into the black area so that when it's stamped and masked, it'll kind of alleviate any gap between the stamped image and my sprayed background. You guys will see what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. You'll see what I mean when we pull all this together. Okay. There's some visitors here.
Hi, I made strawberry. Hi, YouTube. I made strawberry mousse.
Thank you. That sounds awesome. My children are here because it is summer and everybody is in summer mode.
I was honored to be on YouTube.
Lots of energy in the house tonight because it is the NHL draft. And we're big hockey fans in this house.
We got Logan.
Well, not
Cooley.
really me, but
We got this guy.
Well, you're a big Rangers fan, aren't you?
So we got this guy named Logan Cooley.
Okay. We'll talk about it later. You can tell me all about it.
So do you want me to make you some?
After this live, I would love to
Okay, I'll
have
save
some.
you some.
Thank you. So, as I always say, the beauty of being live. Those are my kids. So I keep joking with my husband that, so my office/craft room is down in the basement and the door to the basement is right in the kitchen. And I keep joking with my husband that I want him to get me like an on-air sign and hang it above the door. But it probably wouldn't stop them because, especially my son, when he's got something to say, he's just got to get it out. It just is what it is. And most of you know my daughter usually crafts along with me. But I never want to shoo them away. They just want to say their piece and then off they go back to whatever it is they're doing. Which tonight apparently is strawberry mousse. They are precious. They're my reasons for everything, as I always say. And they're actually in summer camp all summer. We were talking about this on the last live. And they go 9 to 5. It's a long day. It's much longer than the school day, so I miss them. So by the time the evening rolls around, I'm usually looking forward to seeing them. And then, you know, summer is busy. They spend a lot of time with my parents. So Lily was actually, she slept at my parents' house last night. So I hadn't seen her until I dropped Lucas off at camp this morning. But it's summer. Living easy in the summertime. Okay, so we're almost done with this, and then we're going to start creating our little scene. This is why I cut a bunch ahead of time. I didn't want to bore you guys to death watching me cut all these pieces. And my plan was to have a lot of the pieces colored ahead of time, but that didn't happen. So we're going to do a lot of coloring tonight. Now, I am not cutting out the bubbles on this for a few reasons. One, because I'm just not that good. I do not have the patience to cut those teeny tiny bubbles. Two, because this is an underwater scene and I'm going to use some Chroma Mist sprays and the bubbles in the water will make sense anyway. So I'm not going to cut them out. All right, so we're almost done here, and then we're going to do our scene. Now, I'm going to pull this over while I'm cutting. I went ahead and stamped the images earlier, and I've got a bunch of Copic combinations picked out, but I haven't had anything picked out for my mermaid gal over here. Probably going to lean towards purple because it's my favorite color, but if anybody has any suggestions for Mermaidina over here, that I just named her Mermaidina, feel free to shout out any suggestions. Okay. So like I said, if you came on late, this is a technique I learned from Shannon way back. Well, not that way back, but during a crafty staycation. Shannon's class was on masking with flowers, and it was very, very cool. Okay. So there's my last piece. So let me take my, okay, this is my card base. I'm going to set that aside. I cut out a glitter layer because, I mean, you know, glitter. So that's going to go on there, but we'll set that aside for later. So this is the piece that we're going to create our scene on. And I'm going to fill the background with sprays. Ooh, I'm seeing teal and aqua. You guys are like right there in my favorite. So I'm going to start with stamping some of the plants from Underwater Friends. And we're going to mask the plants so that they'll look like one is in front of the other. So I cut out 2 of these and 1 of these because I think we're going to do like that and like that, and then we're going to layer the others on top. Put this down a little bit. And I'm just using these to get an idea of where I want to stamp my images. I kind of wanted one of my fish going off the page. Maybe we'll switch these around and we'll do that. Okay, so that's kind of going to be my background setup. Okay. Grab my Raven ink. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one's going to go here. I'm going to move these aside for now. And the skinny plant, just peel that off. My skinnier plant is going to go here. And one fishy's going to go there. And I'm going to put my other fishy right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink those up. Make sure this stays. So I'm using Raven, Black Raven ink. I think my ink pad is due for a re-inking. Yeah, you know what? Give me 1 second. I just want to find my re-inker. Oops, right in front of me. I literally grabbed everyone from the back when the black was like right in front of me. I'm going to give this guy a little juice. Okay. Everybody with me so far? And this is cool. I mean, I'm masking them off because I want to spray the background with Chroma Mist. But if you just want to have one image look like it's hiding behind the other, like we're going to do with the plants, you can use it just for that too. But I'm masking these images off so that I can spray my background and then still have the images blank so that I can color them in. So Let me get these guys off. Stick them back on my sheet. Okay, and now this one, first I'm gonna put my, so this is my image that I masked. So this back is just gonna peel off like a sticker. I think I'm gonna grab my tweezers because that will be a little bit easier. Whoops, my tweezers always stick to the magnet. Okay, I'm going to mask that off. Did I miss a piece of, yep, I did. I missed a piece of backing right there. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take this guy and should I put it here? I think I'm going to put it right there. So now these plants will look like one is in front of the other. Hi, Candy. What's happening? Guys, it's Friday tomorrow. Candy, you're the best. I'm doing some masking to create a little 3D underwater scene. Clearly, I have to ink my pad up a little better than I did before. So I know that kind of looks like a mishmash because we have the mask, but after I spray and I peel everything off, I promise it's all going to make sense. Okay. Let me clean this guy and get that off. Okay, and now I'm going to peel the backings off of these so we can mask the rest of our pieces. Now there is like score marks on the back of the masking paper, but if I cut in a spot where there isn't any, I'm just bending back a corner to get the release paper off. Okay. And you can reuse these. It's like I said, it's a low tack adhesive. See, there's a score mark there. So this one I'm able to just peel right off. But so it is a low tack adhesive so that you can lift it, but you can still reuse them. So what I do is when I'm done with them, I stick them right onto the plastic for my stamp so that they're there and I can use them for next time. Okay, that's this guy. See the score mark right there? That makes it easy to just peel right off. So this is essentially, like I said, I wanted to create like a 3D effect. So by masking these two, we're already creating depth by having one plant in front of the other. But this is essentially going to be my first layer. And then we're going to do some plants, and I'm going to do like a single layer of, well, I'm not going to use foam adhesive tonight. I'm actually going to use chipboard. So it'll be a single layer of chipboard, and then other elements will have a double layer so that I can create different depths. Okay. So this is going to be our initial background layer. Let me get that off of here. So I am just going to take the plastic from my stamp set and just slide this over to make sure everything is stuck down really good. And now it's time for the fun part, my favorite part. the spraying. Okay, so I'm going to get my splat box. And I grabbed some leaf green, some turquoise, got some cobalt. I think we're going to work with leaf green and turquoise. Cobalt is a little dark. Now, this is perfect blend paper. So it's sturdy, but I don't want to get too saturated because I don't want my paper to turn to mush. So I'm going to start off with just a light spray of water. And I also don't know if the water is going to make the masking peel up. So I'm going to be careful with that. And let me just give this a shake because it's settled a little bit on the bottom. And let's start spraying. And let's see, I haven't used the leaf green, so let's see how that looks. Ooh. That's pretty. We'll fill in that up top. What do you guys think of that so far? We'll spray. And can I just tell you guys, my computer... So my computer is right in front of me, my laptop. It is always a mess. It always has splatters on it. And, oh man, it's always just a mess. Okay, I'm going to heat this because then I want to go in with some, I'm thinking about some pearl shimmer mist, or I have white. I was thinking about maybe some white splatters. So I think I'm going to dry this 100%. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm worried about the puddles and the colors soaking in through the back. So I'm going to take this. Let me get rid of this. And let me grab another piece of scrap. So I just save my pieces of paper, like when my orders come, you know, the sheet that you get, and I just put it at the bottom because for this very reason, I want to be able to remove it in case it's pooling up and I don't want it to soak back in. So I'm going to give my Shimmer Pearl a good shake, because mica tends to settle at the bottom, so I'm going to give that a good shake. And then a little shimmer, because you know, sparkle and shimmer, right? And then I'm just going to dab a little bit of that. Hopefully this works. We're getting pretty juicy here, so the color might be bleeding underneath. So I'm going to do just a little white splatter, and then I'll stop and hope for the best. Okay. Just gonna grab a block. And, well, I think all my brushes that I use to splatter are inside, of course. Okay, so you know what? Since I don't have a brush handy to splatter, I'm just going to unscrew this and do that. Just a few splatters for bubbles. Nothing too crazy. I tend to get carried away with the backgrounds, I'm not going to lie. Okay. And let's dry this up. Anybody got any fun plans for the weekend? Any fun summer plans? I'm still pooped out from 4th of July weekend. I actually just said to the family at dinner, I said, I think Sunday we are going to have a very low-key family day, get some breakfast in the morning, and then just go chill and relax at the lake. because I tell you, even though it's summer, we still have been running every weekend with graduation parties and 4th of July parties, and my son is a bat boy, so we go to a lot of baseball games, and I said we all just need a break to just relax. Okay. I'm going to soak up. I see some like puddles that I just want to get. All right. So I'm going to set this aside and let this dry. What do you think of that color? I love that color. And while that dries, we'll do some coloring. I pulled some color combos. I definitely want to use the plants because I want to layer them in front. You know what I'll do? I'm going to leave this here so we can see that. Hi, Shannon. Shannon, you missed it. So earlier we're doing a masking technique. And I was saying that I remember the very first time I learned this technique was Crafty Staycation. And it was, I guess it was last year, 2021. It was like February. And it was one of your classes. And you did a masking technique. And it was like a flower stamp with an envelope. And that was like the first time I did that. And I thought it was the coolest thing. So when I was looking at these mermaid stamps, I really wanted to create like some type of 3D underwater scene. Oh, thank you, Deborah. So I said, I know, we'll do masking. So I went ahead earlier and pulled some green combos. So this is G28, YG67, and YG45. And you guys know, even though I use my chart, I really use it just to see the colors. I don't always, I know like on the chart, I'll show you guys that in a second, that the whole idea is that the colors that are near each other coordinate, but I'm a rule breaker. So this is the hex chart that I use, but you know, I go rogue. Do you remember, Shannon? Oh my gosh, that was the first time that I ever did one of the crafty weekends, and it was so much fun. Me and Lily did it together, and we had a blast. I even ended up, later on that year, Michael did a mini album class with the Crafty Gnomes paper from Photoplay, and it was like a mini folio album class, and I did that class and made the little album and filled it with all the pictures of me and Lily from the Crafty Staycation. It was so much fun. And it was perfect because it was February and the kids were still in a weird kind of school thing, doing the hybrid because things were still not back to normal, whatever that is. That was a lot of fun. Is anybody doing Create Your Own Ending? Because I cannot wait for that. I know that's going to be epic. I am excited. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to do these like funky greens. I pulled these funky, mossy kind of green colors. Tulips, yes! I think they were. You know what? I am almost positive. Hang on one second. I think, yeah. Oh, yeah. So remember what I told you guys about keeping the masking? Because you can reuse it. This was it. This was the set that Shannon did the class. And see, we masked all of these images. This was the first time I did masking. Isn't that cool? So, like, you can reuse the masking paper. So I just stuck it right back on there. Ooh, I like this kind of mossy green color. That's YG99. So I'm going to share with you guys my story about Copics. I know you probably have all heard this before. I got most of my Copics when Michael's had a clearance sale, and they were 99 cents, and we were looking all over the store because I had heard about it on Facebook, and Lily found them because they were down low to the ground. And then I would fill in my collection when Michael's does like a 20% off your whole order, then I fill in. That's how I've built my collection. But I have no more room in my marker holder, so I can't buy any more. Oh, that is really pretty. I really like that green color. Alright, I'm going to grab some grays for the rocks. I know, it is right around the corner. I'm so excited, and it fell perfectly because it's right when I'm able to take vacation time. So I will be able to enjoy it, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm also excited because I'm doing one of the make and takes, and the products are amazing. So that's going to be super fun. So I'm just coloring in my rocks with W5 and W7, just a light and a dark. And what do I got? I got some pinks for the seashell. Time for, okay, Shannon, I'm not kidding you. I have, oh my God. So I got the Stampin' Up! Marker holders, and I think it comes with like 5 trays. And I think I have like 6 of them. Like, I'm running out of room on my desk. And there was a great marker sale last week. Brutus Monroe had all of the markers were like 20% off, I think. And I was so tempted to start buying the Karen markers because I don't have any of those. And I was like, Gina, where are you going to put these? And I do have the Zig watercolor markers, and I've heard that they're pretty similar. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to buy them. Just want to grab a lighter color for this. Sorry, I had forgotten. No, I'm looking for a... All right, let's try this. Looks like it's going to be... Yeah, I think that's going to be too dark. I need another desk. Oh, yeah, I've seen that, Deborah. They kind of come in like families, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, and then I think maybe next I better get to coloring my mermaid because we're still going to have to color on here. And I don't want to bore you guys to death watching me color all night. All right, so let's see. This is still kind of mushy. I don't know. I think this might have bled through a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. I love that. I love that plan, Shannon. Well, we're actually about to embark on a kitchen renovation, which is going to be like a massive project because it's actually kitchen, dining room, living room all in one. So I said to my husband, after that's done, next is the basement. Because it's like my craft area and / office, and Lily is down here with me. And then we have the laundry room, so I would love to just open it all up. Hi, Donna. Donna C. All right, so I just want to make sure that this paper is good and dry. All right, are you guys ready for the reveal? I hope this worked. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Nah, we've got some bleeding. Oh, well. All right, not that bad, not that bad. Mostly around the edges. We can deal with that, right? Now watch what I'm going to do on here. And we're going to just stick this guy down here so I can use him for next time. Little bleeding on the edges. But I'm okay with it. Because also remember, we're going to make some layers, so a lot of this is going to get covered up. And I think with these plants that it's okay. Shannon, I'm like, the downstairs, like, we could deal with, but upstairs, it's going to be a lot. It's definitely going to be a big project. And we're trying, I mean, it would have been ideal to get it done with summer, during summer. Um, but that just didn't happen. And actually, that's on our to-do list this weekend, is to go look at cabinets, because then they say it takes like 6 to 8 weeks for cabinets. So our goal is just to have it done before Thanksgiving, which would be great. And the good news is, in our family room, we have like a mini fridge down in the family room, and then my husband is going to move the barbecue down to the other side of the house that we'll be able to access. So we'll be able to make do as far as meals and stuff like that, but okay. I think because it got wet, I'm just going to dry this a little bit more. I'm having trouble getting it off. Oh, thanks, Donna. We did that with chroma mists. And I think this was a good, an underwater scene was probably a good test subject, because it was okay for those colors to run into each other because it's underwater. Okay. All right, so we got a little fuzzy over there, but again, it's not terrible. Just making sure I'm getting all my masking paper up. I think what happened is the adhesive might have gotten a little bit gummy, and the masking paper from the spray. But we're doing all right. Just trying to get it all out. We won't be able to reuse that one, but that's okay. There's plenty of masking paper in that package. Just want to make sure I got it all off of the stamped image. I think I tore the paper up a little bit because I thought it was the masking paper. Okay. Oh, that one's off already. Okay. All right, so now color in some of these plants, and you'll see it'll all blend together. I need some fish colors too. I definitely think we got to make one of them yellow. These backgrounds are so much fun to make. Sometimes I just sit here with scraps of paper and experiment with all the sprays because I love them. And there's just so many cool things you could do with them. I like to take the colors and just sort of mix and match to see what it looks like. So see, that's great. Even though there was a little bit of bleeding, it's still okay, because I was able to cover it right up with the Copic. So I'm just coloring kind of right over where the color bled. Just checking my stamp to try and, so I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see it masked off so that it looks like it's a repeat of this is behind it. And I'm just kind of coloring right over where that chroma mist bled. And I think it's actually working out quite nicely. What do you guys think? How do you feel about this? Tell me honestly. And the other thing I like is, it's underwater. Shannon heard you say her name, and then her phone lost connection. We have you on the, oh gosh. I get nervous when you guys tell me like you're watching on the TV. What was I saying? Did I ask Shannon a question? I don't remember. I think I was. Oh, I think it was in response to the renovation and the need for another craft room, which I mean, would be great because Donna and Dee that are watching, they know one of my favorite things to do is what I call the basement crop. So I'll have a couple of friends over, and you guys probably know my husband is a chef. So I have some friends over, and I have a big table downstairs, and then the girls come over with their scrapbooking supplies, and usually they bring bagels and that sort of stuff, and then my husband will make us dinner, and we just hang out and craft all day. It is so much fun. Alrighty. So we're almost done with these plants. I'm going to try and be quick about everything else because I know we're getting a little late here. I don't want to bore you guys. So that's our greens. I think that's pretty cool. I do my rocks. The basement crop. It's fun and casual and good time to get together. I like doing that. I wish I had more room to fit more people. Although, it's good when it's just a few of us. Sometimes Lily will be down here with us. Okay. So, I'm gonna grab some yellows for my fish. I don't know what kind of fish these are. I'm not like a fishing person. Donna, we should zoom. Donna R. Zoom in for one of our crafty days. We did that during lockdown, right? We used to have Zoom craft dates. Virtual can be just as fun. I do that sometimes with another group that I'm in. We do a virtual crop where we just kind of open up a Facebook room and hang out and craft. I need a color for this guy. And while somebody gives me an idea of that fish color, I'm going to start cutting out this so we can build our layers. And I'm not using the dies because I'm cutting these guys right on the edge. Did you guys see yellow fish with marks of deep blue? I got this guy as yellow. I need a different color for that one. I should have done this one yellow with the blue. Did you guys see Candy's live the other night with the mini slimlines she made with all the mermaids? Oh my god, they were so adorable. If you guys haven't seen that, you need to go check that out. And then I started to watch Shannon's live from yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. Gotta go back and finish that. That's what I do during the day while I'm working. I like to set my iPad up and watch all my crafty friends that I miss at night. I've been trying to do reading at night, like I read with Lily and my husband reads with Lucas. Just 15 minutes or so. Keep them in the zone so it's not totally terrible by the time they get back to school. Lucas was so funny. There is an after-school club at his school that he was doing all year, and then they extended it into the summer, and kids could go for like a few weeks in the summer, but Lucas already was going to PAL camp. So I had said to him, but the camps are in the same place. And I said, oh, did you see the kids, that are doing, it was called 21st Century Learning Center. I said, did you see the kids that were doing the 21st camp? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, I go, do you guys do anything together? Like, do they do combine with PAL? And he goes, no, those kids are learning. And who wants to learn during the summer? I was like, okay, that's fair. It's just so funny how he said it like with such disgust. No, those kids are learning. Like that's a dirty word. That's cute. All right, so cutting my plants out. I see the comments. Oh my gosh, I know, seriously. I'm serious. Candy and Shannon, you guys are amazing. So for the inspiration team, we use an app. It's also a website where we post all our projects. I swear it's like my own personal Pinterest. Like sometimes when I am just not motivated or not feeling it, I just sit there and I scroll through what everybody's doing and I'm in awe. Like just go to the Instagram page. Just go to Brutus Monroe's Instagram. And this team is amazing. The things these people do. Everybody is so talented. I think I love the uniqueness. There's just it's so unique. It's just you don't see the things that they're just different. Learning is off limits during the summer. Apparently it is because ew, who wants to do that, right? So I think I'm just gonna grab a green. Just want to fill in those white areas. And then normally I would take like a black and go from behind for the edges. But I'm going to just do it with this light green just to get rid of any white. Because I don't need like a real stark black. All right, so what's happening with this fish up here? Darren, I need something else other than yellow because I already did this guy yellow. A purple fish. Donna says a purple fish. I'm down with that. I love me some purple. All right, let me get this guy and then we'll get our mermaid. I wish I could get paid to fussy cut. Is there a job for that? Can I be a professional fussy cutter? I mean, I've heard some pretty weird jobs. Although right now I'm not doing the best job because I'm rushing a little bit because I know we're getting short on time. Okay, get that mossy green color. Just gonna fill that in. It got really quiet upstairs. That makes me a little nervous. I wonder if the kids are holding my husband hostage. Candy, what do you do for a living? I cut things. That's hysterical. I first read it and I was like, why is she asking me what I do for a living? I mean, not that it matters, but that was just funny. That's like, it reminds me of that commercial where I pick things up and put them down. Remember that? Heather Collins would be the CEO of Fussy Cutting Inc. That's what I want. I want a job being a fussy cutter. What do you do for a living? I cut things. That's hysterical. All right, we got a purple fish. Let me tell you how much I love that. Because I love purple. We fill this guy in. And then we got to get going on our mermaid. So we can put this scene together. Okay. So we'll be able to pop these for another layer. And then our mermaid girl, we'll get her right down in here. I want to do this seashell. All right, I'm going to cut this seashell, and then we got to do the mermaid. I know we talked about aqua before, but I don't want her to blend in with the background. I guess that's what surgeons and hairdressers do, cut things. Well, Shannon, okay, I gotta tell you this funny story, because since you put those two people in the same sentence, surgeons and hair cutters that they cut, so my son, he's had a few brain surgeries, and at the last one, you know, the team of doctors, they come out before surgery, and they're all standing around. Now we've got this Lucas's neurosurgeon is like, he's a pretty big deal. So he, you know, and that doesn't matter. Like, my son doesn't care. He's just another guy to him, which is awesome. So the guy comes, the surgeon comes out, and his team is around, and Lucas goes, "Which one of you is cutting my hair this time?" Because they'll shave whatever portion of his head that they have to work on, right? So he says, "Which one of you is shaving my head this time?" And one of the assistants says, "Oh, I'm going to do it." And he looks at the surgeon and he goes, "Oh, thank God, because last time you really messed my hair up." Oh my God, it was so funny. And then he said, "I think for Christmas, I'm going to get you hair cutting lessons." He says that right to the surgeon. It was hilarious. Okay, so hair. Do we want to do like pink hair, purple hair, turquoise hair, or are we going like brunette, blonde? What do you guys think? I went to Junkie Fest in 2019. I didn't know anyone. A lady gave me a job to help cut the ends off the attendees' bracelets, and I kept telling people, "Thanks for letting me cut you." So you were a cutter then, Candy? Oh, that's hilarious. Thanks for letting me cut you. All right, mermaid hair. I'm like seriously leaning toward pink. Purple. Donna says purple. Donna, you know how I feel about the Copic purples. Orange or pink? Pink, 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 pink it is. Annie! Hi, Annie! All right, we're gonna do like this bright pink because that's awesome. Annie, I was just talking about our amazingly talented inspiration team and how the app that we use for all our projects is like my own personal Pinterest. It's like the best inspiration. Okay, I'm pulling out the RVs. Where is my... Oh, I might already have one of those. Oh, I'm missing one. Uh-oh. 4? It's got to be out here somewhere. Oh, it's right in front of me. Oh, boy. There we go. Okay. Let's do some pink mermaid hair. Donna, you'll settle for pink. Donna C says she'll settle for pink. Donna, so you know the NHL draft is tonight. So you know what's going on upstairs. Lucas tried really hard to get out of his reading tonight, but he didn't do it last night because we took him out since my parents had Lily. I was like, "No way, bud. You didn't do it last night." He's like, "I'll do it tomorrow, I promise." And I'm like, "No, you won't. You're going to baseball tomorrow night. You're not going to do it tomorrow." It's like, nice try, though. Okay. We're doing the pink. I love her starfish earrings. All right, so then what color are we doing her outfit? I'm not going to get too crazy with the blending and the shading tonight because, again, I don't want to keep you guys here all night. Donna C, give me the skin tones. Donna C is usually my go-to for skin tone and hair suggestions. I have a chart I can grab though if you're not ready for me. All right, pinky hair. Oops, I'm gonna do under here. I know, right? It's quiet upstairs, which the only thing I could think of is they're down in the family room watching, because it is like oddly quiet upstairs. Unless it's over. Maybe it's over, I don't know. All right, so Donna, E21, E11. Got my skin. Here we go. E21. E11. Four colors she gives me. Are you crazy? You know I don't do more than 3. Come on, Donna. 3's my max. There's not even enough skin on her to do 4. Shannon says true blue. So, like, you think down here, like, these blues, like B6, B5, like that blue, I'm just worried about it, like, blending in too much with that. Yeah, come on. You know 4 colors is not going to fly. That's like too many for me. 2 colors too many. Okay, once this lady is done, then we can put this card together. Maybe lean towards royal. So like over here. We could do like B26, 24, and 23. I think that'd be pretty. Should I do her top and her bottom all blue? What do you guys think? Create your own ending though. I love it. So Darren, once my card is all together, that's always the last thing I do is the white pen, because I'm always afraid when I'm putting my card together that I'm going to smudge it. So that'll be like the very, very last thing I'll do. All right, let me get the B's for her top. And what do I got? 23, 24, and I need 26. All right. I like blue, so I might do all of her blue. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that looks really nice. That was a good suggestion. It's a pretty color. Should we do her all blue? Or should we do a purple bottom? I think that might get too crazy. Let's stick with the blue. Let's finish her off. So we can put this card together. Oh yeah, I love that. That's pretty. I think there's more Copics on my desk right now than in the holders. Grab purple. Do her necklace and her bracelet in purple. See, I missed a little spot of her hair. And then I need lips. That might be really red. Let's do 27 instead. All right, guys, we're almost done. I'm going to cut her out and put this bad boy together. So has anybody gotten anything from the July release or the summer release? Because there has just been tons and tons and tons of fun new stuff coming out. The stencils have been amazing. The coral reef stencil is my absolute favorite. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. And I have the whirlpool one, but I haven't used it yet. She looks like a fun girl, this pink-haired mermaid. She belongs in the mermaid parade in Coney Island. I do like these thick outlines on these because it makes it a lot easier to cut. You did, Donnie? You got that stencil? The whirlpool or the coral one? I recently used the coral one with velveteen glaze and it came out so cool. I mixed some different colors of the velveteen glaze. It was really neat. All right, let me get this little piece out because, you know, I can't leave that there. It'll drive me nuts. Ooh, you got the pineapple dyes. Fun. I was so mad because I had the cutest pineapple shirt from last summer My dog put a hole in it. I probably should have done this before I cut it out, but that's okay. Excuse my head if my head is in the way. Or my bright neon shirt. I have like the brightest neon shirt. That's how I know when it's time to do laundry. When I'm wearing an obnoxiously bright colored shirt. Okay. This, I'm going to take my dark gray and I'm just going to come from behind just to fill in those white edges. Just to finish it off. Gives it a little bit of a cleaner look. And then we can stick all our layers together. Now, she's so cute. Okay. Oh, look at that. I totally forgot that I did the blue, which is perfect. How great is that? Okay. Excuse me. Let me grab my glue. Apparently somebody forgot that the dog is outside because I hear her barking and nobody's letting her in. Oh my gosh, we were sitting at dinner tonight and the seat that I'm in, you see right out to the front road, the street in front of the house, and we're sitting there eating and all of a sudden this bear just like slowly just comes moseying down the road like he was just out for an evening stroll. And I said, guys, quick, turn around. And there he was just strolling down the block. It was the coolest thing. Yes, except this looks like it is not. Do I have this cut right? I think I do. I hope I do. This is super shimmer over here. I love that. All right, let me get this. Oh, it was so cool. He was just, well, we live in a very wooded area. So it's not totally uncommon to see them. However, where my house is, there's a creek behind me and we're kind of close to a main road. So we don't see them that often. In our old house, which was only a mile from here, we were more off the main road, away from the lake. And we used to have a bear that every single night around 10:30, 11 o'clock, he would come from the front of the house, up the side to the backyard, check out our garbage pail, and then go diagonally across the yard every single night. But since we've moved to this house, I want to say, so I've been here for 7 years, and maybe this was the 5th or 6th time that we've actually seen a bear. Yeah, so that blue glitter layer worked out perfect. So good call, Shannon, because I had completely forgot that that was the color I cut out ahead of time. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so now we're going to add these in for some layers. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use chipboard. So this is just chipboard that was in something I ordered. I don't really know what, if I'm being honest. Just grab my ink. Excuse me. And I'm going to grab my stamp, and just so I can get a rough idea. Cut that out. So this is going to be layer number 1. It does get a little bit of a pain to cut, so I'm just going like on the inside because I just want a piece that I can put on here for a layer. Without it showing. Okay. Reminds you of the A-Team. Wonderful when a plan comes together. That is the truth. Okay. Let's see if I can... Just want to make sure it doesn't show. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Just going to roughly cut this out because it is a little difficult. You know what? Go here. And I'm going to show you. You'll see in a minute why I'm doing it with the chipboard. I'm struggling with this one, but that's okay. Oh, I got nervous. I thought I was missing my plant. That was my mom's favorite show. My brother and I used to play. Oh my gosh. Has anyone seen... There's a movie on Netflix called... I think it's called Senior Year, and it has... oh gosh, what is her name? I want to say it's Rebel Wilson. She was in Pitch Perfect. So she plays a girl who had like a cheerleading accident and ends up in a coma. And then she wakes up and she's like 35, but she still thinks that it's like 1995. Oh my God, it's so funny, but there's an A-Team reference in there because she says like she decides to go back to high school to finish her senior year. And she says something about the A-Team and like the kids have no idea what she's talking about. It was really funny. Okay. So let's get this on here. It was funny. It's like, you know, silly cute. I think she's funny. I mean, she tends to play the same character in everything she does, but it's pretty funny. It was just like a good kind of like nonsense movie just to chill out and watch. Okay, so now let's get these on. See where I'm going to put these, and then I think my mermaid, maybe we'll put her down here. Trying not to cover up. Maybe we'll put her up here. Let's see. Yep, I think that'll be good. And then I have a seashell that I can put in there too. Oh, and we need a sentiment, don't we? I think I'm going to use, so I have the sentiments from last year's mermaid box. So maybe we'll grab those. Let's see what we got. And I think, do I want the black one or the white one? Maybe a white one. Let's see. Best fishes. I like that. We got a lot going on, so I want a small one. I'm going to cut that out. Guys, I realize I am like over the hour mark, so please, I know you all have stuff to do. So if you need to sign off, have a lovely evening. Okay, let me glue this down. So now I got my dimension and my different layers. And I'm just going to cut a little piece to put on my seashell. And let me get some pieces for Mermaidina. So with her, I'm just going to put those pieces like that, and then I'm going to double them so that she sticks out farther than everything else. Okay. I have a friend that does this with cereal boxes. She saves the cardboard from old cereal boxes and uses it to make her layers. Okay. Put this down here. And then we'll get our mermaid in there. I know that looks like terribly messy on the back, but that's okay. We won't see any of it in the front. And she'll be on there nice and sturdy. Put her right there. So now we've got a lot of different layers. So I was able to create that dimension that I was talking about earlier. We'll put that right there. Or I think I kind of like it right there. What do you guys think? Can go in here. Ah, thank you guys. I think I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to put a couple of doodads on here for bubbles, and then we'll be done. Okay, put that there. Get some couple of rhinestones. For some bubblies. I always forget when the bubbles are like supposed to be coming up from the fish. Are they supposed to be like the smallest ones, like start small and get big? Darren says he likes it. Thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more. I'm running low on my smaller ones because I've used them all up. Okay. There we go. Okay. Switch. Is that bigger? I think that one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to switch those two. Glue these down, and we will be done. Oh, Deborah, thank you so much. And once again, welcome to the Brutus Monroe family. Anybody that came on late, Deborah was new. This was one of her first Brutus Monroe lives, which makes me so happy. I love when we have new people. Alrighty. And we're done. And I made a huge mess, which means it was a good crafting night. I'm going to try and bring that up close, so hopefully you guys can see like the shimmery background and all of that. I do have to go in with my white pen, but I'll do that after, and I'll definitely post a picture. So that's everything. That was the Under Our Friends stamp set, which is all over the place right now. And I had originally showed you guys earlier this Mermaid Kisses, which is still available. This is last year's. That coordinates awesome with this. I had wanted to use some of these little fish and stamp them in the back, but that's okay. But if you're going to grab this, I totally recommend grabbing this one with it because they go together awesome. So that's our card for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I apologize for taking up so much of your time, but I hope that you enjoyed watching. And as always, I love when you come and hang out with me. Deborah, I'm so glad you came. I hope that we'll see you again next time. Oh, Mary, that's okay. Wallflowers are totally okay. I appreciate you saying so. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here tonight. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you so, so much. I hope that you all have a lovely evening. I hope to see you guys again next time. And thanks again. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night. Oh, Donna, you are the sweetest, Donna R. Thank you so much for saying that. You're a doll. Bye, guys.